All right. So at first I wasn't going to do this video yet, but then I decided like, okay, I don't got to make a lecture out of it. I could just do these types of videos and bits and pieces as I go along. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to make this too long, but it's along the lines, as the title says, the Manosphere. You know what I mean? Because I'm still a MGTOW man. Like, I'm part of the MGTOW community. I won't say that I'm a monk or anything like that, but I am a man going my own way. And if the hoes choose to if the women choose to, come along, pause, then they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that. You know what I mean? Because of my experiences and what I've learned along the way. So I try to drop gems as much as I possibly can along the way, just in case somebody can pick up some game from me, male and female included. So I want to say this about a lot of the manospheres material out there right now, because they do still pop up on my feed, because I am MGTOW, and sometimes I like to not only check these videos out for content of my own that I could like draw from and apply how astrology can help to interpret and clarify some of the stuff that's being said in the manosphere, but also to see how many boxes I check too. You know what I mean? To keep a tab on myself. So here's goes some of my points. So acting away, a lot of manospheres videos, right? They give you formulas. They provide men with formulas on how to behave to attract women. Okay? Now, not for nothing, from the outside looking in and being a man, I can see how some of these strategies will work. Not only will they work, but they do work. You're not going to have an incidence ratio that's going to be 100% though. Like, knock it the fuck off. So even if you give this exact formula to every man in the manosphere, they're not going to be able to replicate it, duplicate it. They're not going to even be able to enact it. And the reason why I'm telling you this is from an astrologer's perspective. It has nothing to do with me wanting to outshine the person whose video this is, or the people's videos that I obtained this logic from. It's not about that. It's not ego-based at all. It's just astrological, which is actually the opposite of ego. Astrology ruled by Aquarius, the opposite sign of Leo and ego. It's just astrological, B. It's not a one-size-fits-all. So when you give what happens, or what can happen, and what does happen, and what will happen, is when you give somebody a formula or a blueprint that isn't theirs, and from astrological terms, I can apply blueprint to your hand or your natal chart. That's your hand, that's your blueprint. When you give somebody else your blueprint, they're doomed. They're bound to fail. Now, can the strategy still work? Yeah. You can fake it till you make it. You can act as if. You can wear a mask. You can utilize that formula to get laid. What you're doing is you're tricking women. So I don't know if the manosphere is aware of that part, because a lot of the videos are said with conviction and bravado, and they flex while they're saying it and all kinds of shit, right? But do what you gotta do for your marketing value and all that. I ain't tripping. But what I'm saying is, what you're really doing is you're tricking women if that's not you. And what can happen, and what does happen, and what will happen is, when you trick a woman, it ends up being the biggest turnoff, and it ends up being the biggest devastator in the end, because eventually she's going to become hip to it. Not all women like toxicity. Not all women like... You see, because what some women see as toxicity, other women see as fuckboy shit. So let me explain. Like, sometimes you might have a woman that shares a Mars placement with a man. So their interactions, you might be like, well, damn, they always getting into it. They always beefing. They always barking and bickering. Like, how did they end up being together for 9 years? And they might have Mars in the same place. All right? Or they might have Mars natally trine So when they get in that vibe of where those two signs, which would be the students, so the expressions of where their Mars naturally is, it just clicks for them. You might not be able to understand it, but they do, right? That would be something more along the lines of toxic, that actually draws people back together despite their arguing and bickering, because of, you know, they're arguing and bickering, or frustrated planets are placed in those places, right? But fuckboyish shit is when you're not natally placed like that, and you're putting on a facade, you're putting on a mirage, you intentionally at that. When that shit dissolves, or the woman finds her way through that, she's not seeing you as, oh, this, we were toxic, that was toxic, we was in a toxic relationship. They're gonna be like, no, they're a fuckboy. He's a fuckboy. Don't let her find someone that used to date you before her. 2 chicks that used to date you before her. And then they give her the rundown on you, how you really are, before you started picking up this manosphere rhetoric. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to make it even worse. And the reason why I titled it like, we're astrologers, we don't care no more. Like, we don't fucking care. We're older now. We're not looking, we're old. Look, we're older now. We want to live longer. We don't want to get our cars keyed and dragged on social media, because that's what's going to happen. Once she finds out you're a fuckboy, she's going to drag you on social media. It's going to start vaguely, but in caps, and then it's going to turn, it's just going to fuck it, just going to put your name in. They might even fuck around and tag you. Ladies, watch out for this bust ass nigga, because he's a fuckboy. We don't want that shit. And I'm talking for MGTOW men included. I'm talking about for people who are seeking knowledge, because I'm gonna tell you like this: the people who are seeking manosphere, red pill logic and stuff like that, eventually you're just gonna run into astrology, B, because you're gonna understand some of the shit that I'm telling you right now, and then you're gonna give astrology a real shot, and you're gonna be like, oh, give a fuck about, look, don't personalize this shit too much. I'm telling you, it's God's plan. God laughs at our plans. So you think you tricking all these bitches out and shit like that? Look, man, I'm saying that to say this. I'll play a video game. I don't give a fuck what a broad say about me. I'll talk my shit. I'll do what I want. I don't give a fuck if a bitch call me a bum. I don't care what a bitch, you lazy. I don't give a fuck what she say. I'll compliment her on her tits. That can go left, or it can go great. I'll compliment you on your tits on day 5, man. And it's whatever after that, you know? Because I also see a lot of manosphere videos say, don't show the woman that you like them. Don't show them that you're into them. I said I'll compliment your tits. Excuse me, I'm supposed to be changing that. I'll compliment your rack, your chest areola areas. I'll compliment them, you know? To me, that's a show of affection. That's the planet Venus, and Venus rules over love. Because I've learned when I was younger that I've passed up over chicks that were actually for me, for women who were not for me. Doing the most for women who were not for me. You understand what I'm saying? So the shit that's being taught in the manosphere arenas, I was doing as a shorty. And then ended up learning the hard way. Like, oh shit, I did all that for shorty and look at what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't worth it. All you gotta do is play your fucking hand. I passed up on chicks that were for me, for running game on bitches that was not. And in hindsight, which is 2020, is fuckboy shit. Just keeping it a bean. I don't care how lit I was. It was fuckboy shit. Word up. That shit set me back. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in astrology, you'll see your hand. You'll get your natal chart. You'll see your hand. Going against your hand means you hate yourself. It means you hate yourself and God, because you deny your God-given talents. God gave you those gifts that are in your natal chart to be who you are. Now, quality women will point them out, those characteristics, and encourage them. All right? Manipulative women, on the other hand, with self-serving interests, will either divert you from those characteristics if they see them in you, so that they can get you to behave in a way that serves their interests. They'll get you to no longer play your hand. Women are very good like that, especially if you're a man that's searching manosphere logic. You're looking to be more dateable, more fuckable. You're looking to, okay, well, where's my swag? Where's my ragu? Where's my sauce? How do I get some pussy? Well, how does this shit work? So you're looking for this, right? And women will play you like a fiddle when they know that you're looking for this type of shit. And don't think a woman is dumb. Like, she can't pinpoint things that are natural. The more time a woman shares with you, the more she's going to be able to pick up on your natural expressions, not the ones that are premeditated and thought out and, oh, what should I say? What would I say? She's going to start calling you more instead of texting you, because that texting shit, y'all can get real fly. As guys, y'all can get real fly. Hold on, I got time to think what I'm going to say about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got time to put the camera on an angle for my dick so she could see it in a different, you know what I'm saying? In a different light. I'm just keeping it a beam. So they're going to start calling you more, trying to catch you in real time. How do you feel about this? What's your take on this? Now what you going to do, nigga? You going to go into a book? You going to go look for the Manosphere man? And press play on a different device in your house? Hold on, I'll be right with you, babe. What you mean? You hear another man's voice in the background? It's like Willis in the background when Arnold was trying to kick it to a shorty and shit like that. I think that was a Different Strokes episode. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you understand what I'm saying, right? And the more that you no longer play your own hand, the more ammunition you give to the woman so that she can serve her interests. And that means that's a woman that's not for you. And I'm not, look, some people live that life to this very day. Some people are married like that. And they like, yo, as long as, happy wife, happy life. As long as my wife is cool, we cool. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of companionship. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you, if you don't want to live your life like that, if you don't want to be with someone that you feel that you can't be yourself around, then you should take heed to what I'm telling you right now. Because you could be wasting energy on that woman when there's another woman who not only accepts you for who you are totally, but who is spiritually aligned with that as well, and could be physically aligned with that as well, based upon her natal chart and based upon your natal chart, which is y'all hands. A lot of times we don't want to show patience because of the boomer generation, I would say. They grabbed their girl. It was like a race. They grabbed their girl in the teens. 17, 18. Oh, we getting married at 18, 21, whatever the legal age was to get married, that's when motherfuckers was getting married. Like, we are not holding this off. Why are we in a rush? Today, like I said in the beginning, we're older now and we want to live longer lives. I'm not about to be out here playing with these bitches like that, playing with these women like that, toying with them like that. Now, if my hand seems like I'm toying with you, then that just is going to tell you that we're not compatible, right? Your natal chart is not compatible with mine. That's what that's going to do. But I'm just keeping it a beam with me. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop letting our desire for women get the best of us. Like, yo, she looks so good that I got to do something different for her. Dog, it's not going to work, dog. Now, if you want to do pump and dump schemes, go about your life. Do what the fuck you want to do. I'm not encouraging it, though. Let me rephrase that. Because to me, like, I'm getting older too, yo. I'm not getting older. I'm getting more experience. I'm gaining more wisdom. That's fuckboy shit too. As a man, why would you want to pump and dump? If you're not getting involved with relationships for longevity, for long-term relationships, like I said, yo, all right, let me just keep it on me because I feel myself getting passionate now. I'm old. I'm got more wisdom now. I want more wisdom. I want to live a long life. So, should I involve myself with relationships? I'm looking long term. I don't want to pump and dump you. I don't want to just fuck you and get rid of you, because it's just like, that shows a representation of myself too. That shows my value too. what you'll find is the more that you can hold a conversation with women, the more value you possess. And some of y'all are just like, the men who are searching manosphere logic, well, let me rephrase this. Y'all are not wrong for wanting to learn how to get women and obtain relationships. But the manosphere teachers are kind of in the wrong because they're teaching pump and dump logic. That shit works for when you want to pump and dump chicks, yo. And it's like, it's inevitable because you lack the substance that is truly you. And the reason it's being taught that way is because of the hurt and pain that they experienced when they went through their relationships. I'm a great reader of people. I'm not going to start calling out the names of these people's videos that I be watching. It's not necessary. But I can look at them and hear enough of their videos to learn, like, damn, you really got hurt, bro. And I understand that shit. It happens to the best of us. But this is your solution? They teach it adamantly. They don't teach it in a way that says, this is why. Sometimes in certain pockets, yes. But they say, this is the solution. This is what you do about it to prevent yourself from being hurt, to leverage yourself, to make sure you always got one up on a woman. Let me explain something to you. Venus rules over this woman compatible relationship shit, and that's just the fucking bottom line. You can't go around that. If you want to exert your dominance and your power, you want to get Pluto and Mars on it, you can do that. She can do that too, B. That shit don't swing one way. She can do that too. I'm telling you, you're going to fuck around and play yourself into devastation. Because you're trying to be something in someone that you're not. Now look, manosphere logic also works for pimp mentality. But guess what happens with that too? First of all, you don't find the one unless she possesses bottom bitch or madam qualities naturally in her hand, in her natal chart. That's one. Second, you got to make sure she doesn't evolve into, what's the girl name, the Maxwell chick that got 20 years right now for fucking with the Epstein dude. I hope they don't flag this video just for the names, but I'm keeping it a beam with you. I don't want you to go down that rabbit hole to where you don't know the difference between running a fucking ring and just being who you are. All right? Breaking the law. So think about that when you're learning manosphere logic. Do you know, if you don't have, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to learn the game so much on how to dupe women that you're going to see the power in it to the point where they're going to mistake you for a Mac, a pimp or something like that. And they're even going to tell you like, yo, you could be. There's some women that I know that naturally have those bones in their body that they're attracted to men like that. And they'll tell you like, yo, you ever think of, you could be this. You could be that. You could be this. But if that's not really you, oh, baby. First of all, you're going to get those types of chicks hype for nothing because that mask is going to fall off eventually. The more that they interact with you because they're attracted to that, and the more that they see that that's not really you, that you need cue cards and shit, you're fucked. Just be you, yo. Just be you. And even if you feel you won't ever get chicks just being you, right? I can teach you about that more than anything. And I think if the manosphere teachers took more time to do research, they could teach you about that shit too. But what I'm telling you is it's always going to go back to astrology, B. The only reason why some guys feel like they can't get chicks is because of two things. The sun and Venus. The sun and Venus. The sun and Venus. Don't focus on your Mars, yo. I know what you always be hearing from the manosphere. Yo, if you're an athlete, if you're a jock, and this is why you get all the chicks and all that. Look, women are just using that in a hypergamy type of way to say that they fucked you. And if that's what you want out of life, if that's what your hand is in life, put it that way, right? Then so be it. Okay. You probably won't find a one, and you probably might be a porn star until you're 50 or 60, and it just is what it is, because that's your hand. But other than that, that's what women do. They do that shit for sport. So when I was talking about value, the longer you hold the conversation is going to reflect the value that you have. If you're willing to fork over your man meat just so that you could say you fucked the woman, that you're tricking yourself, because if you're looking for manosphere logic, you're really low-key looking for the one. And if not that, you're just looking for some type of action. But you don't understand that women just look at you like action anyway. They're like, yeah, I just wanted to fuck him. Some women even be like, yo, he just was so boisterous and so cocky that I just wanted to fuck him and show him he was nothing. Crush his fucking ego. Some women want to sleep with you, yes, because other women have slept with you. Yes, it's true. But in the long run, women be having all kind of backup plans and strategies and this and the third. She may fuck you on a steps in the alleyway, right? And you may be like, oh, that was gangster. Like, that shit was the best in the world. She a freak, nasty little bitch. But some niggas bending her over a balcony somewhere that took 10 years to fuck her. All right, maybe 5. Picking her up in the shower and all kind of shit, rose petals or whatever the fuck floats of this fucking mango juices with fucking distilled gin from fucking France and all kind of my nigga, like, listen, there's levels to this shit. And you're going to be an afterthought because you was, what, a jock, a brute? You wanted to learn how to fuck chicks. This dude probably put his cock in her for 2 minutes. All the rest was foreplay. This bitch is shivering. She can't even walk no more. All she thinking about for half a year is this dude who spent a lot of time conversing with her. Yeah, you know, not drooling over her 24/7, letting her speak. Or some of y'all looking shocked right now. What, you let your woman speak? Yo, yeah, niggas, man. You men, man. What else do I want to spread on this? Real quick, because I told you I ain't gonna keep this too long. Right. Let me get back to the sun and Venus. You need to be visible, first of all. Men looking to find out how to get more activity with women. You need to be visible. That revolves around your sun. All right. But all that ego, I'm telling you, a woman gonna come and crush your ego. I don't care if you a nerd coder, probably making 170 grand a year. She could target you for that. If you the one that's like, yeah, I make 170 grand a year, and you're fixing your bow tie and shit, and she's gonna be like, oh, word. Go ride him on the couch. He don't get no pussy. He don't have no time. That coding shit takes time. So any type of real pussy he get, he gonna be sprung. You go crush his $170,000 a year ego. Take some of those thousands. And not even by taking it, just you giving it to her. Hey, what you doing? I was just thinking about you. You went from cocky to soft, which you could have started. You could have began, because that's what my point is about the ego. When you learn how to be soft, you don't got to worry about this shit later on in life. She's a woman for a reason, B, and that's what a lot of y'all are forgetting. Y'all trying to pump up, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's great to work on your body. But y'all trying to pump up for the bitches when it should be for you. Y'all trying to pump up and get all swole and come around them like this, like yo, 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 and Lamborghini her up and all that. When she's a woman, B, you supposed to soften for her. That's the whole fucking point, B. That's the whole point. So first be visible and learn how to soften your ego, your soul, because that's the sun. Once she sees that, she feels that you're approachable. All right, because some woman could just be outright scared. If you're too weird, I'm not saying too weird, what I really mean to say is too quiet. Just too scary, like almost like you don't even want to look at her, you know what I mean? Just don't do too much, just chill. And when she sees that you're approachable, that's when the Venus comes in. And then how you interact with a woman after engagement will result in further interaction. Don't think you're going to get it on your first try. Some of y'all are too nervous and y'all anticipating your first try too much. Or you're anticipating you're reflecting on your first failure too much. And you're not even thinking about the 1 out of 10 rule. 1 out of 10. So you at least need 10 attempts. Some of us get lucky. We nail it on our first try. Some of us just got the gift of gab, and it can happen to any woman that we want. Even the greatest of us, though, we get rejected by some of the women. Like I told you, I done had both happen to me. Like the woman that I desired with my dick the most, without looking to check the other boxes. I've been rejected by them types of chicks. I would chalk it up to something astrological, but more than anything, I'd attribute it to doing something overly that wasn't in my hand. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, yo, I'm supposed to do this because I'm a man. That type of shit gets you in trouble, man. In mental trouble, physical trouble, possibly. Because when you're using your son, you are being a gambling man at that. But this is what I'm saying, you gotta give yourself a chance to be visible. You can't always be in the shadows and then question why you're not getting with women. They don't see you. They don't know where you're at. And it's so much simpler now with the internet. A lot of y'all are thinking that the internet can't get you chicks because it's a profile instead of being in person. But what you don't understand is the chicks are the fucking feds, B. They the fucking FBI, man. They the real secret intelligence workers out here. They will love to look at your profile. But again, if you lying on that bitch, you just doing some fuckboy shit. You just delaying the inevitable. But if you put some of your, you sprinkle. I'm not saying don't put your whole fucking card out there, but if you sprinkle some of your astrological magic on your fucking profile, you might get a fucking text, man. You might get a comment. You know what I mean? You might really be that busy coder that doesn't have the time to be in, you don't even know where to find these women. But something you may do might fucking impact them or interest them. They might be in the coding too. Yo, stop. Yo, some of y'all just, I get it though. I'm not trying to like come at y'all. I'm actually trying to help y'all. And this is all age ranges and everything. Some I get it. Some men still don't got it figured out. Shit, the whole MGTOW community is just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's like life renewed now. But again, but Venus is the interaction and the engagement with the woman to determine whether you're gonna see them again. And how you handle them. It's how you handle them. This is what's going to, you understand what I'm saying? Y'all be thinking y'all got to be rough with them because that's what a man is. That's what a man does with a man. Look, let me not distort this. Let me not twist this. God damn. All right, look. Softness, man. You ever punched a bitch in the pussy and made her come? That's probably, but I'm serious. 9 times out of 10, that's not gonna happen. All right, you got some of them out there. Okay, they like the clamps on their nipples and stuff like that. There's a time and a place if they like that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is just like, you're not just walking up to bitches and clotheslining them, dragging them to your cave, and like, that's not how it's done. That's not how it's supposed to be done. If we're going to talk about formulas, nah, Venus is soft, thoughtful, considerate, harmonious. You understand what I'm saying? Gold, the ego, gold is a soft substance. I talk about this when I draw cards in the oracle deck. Like, it's a soft substance. Soften your ego. You get mad women be like that. Women from all walks of life. And they'll test you just to see, like, they might say some shit that make you feel like you're supposed to feel tougher. If that's not you, don't act like that to like save face with them or whatever. Try to tell you, nah, stay soft with them. She's a woman, B. Not that she's weak and incapable, can't take a punch. You shouldn't be wanting to punch a bitch anyway. She's a woman. You're a man. Notice the difference. There's a reason why there's a difference. Because look, you get brute, expect brute. Some bitches will beat your ass too. Or they'll shoot you or they'll stab you dead. So like I told you, I want to live a longer life. Right? I don't want my car keyed up. I don't, that's not what I'm looking for. But you get brute. You'll get brute even if it's not delivered from her. Some uncle, boyfriend, somebody will come help you out. And what can happen in the other situations is you'll end up thugging your bitch out. So if she likes you to that point to where you like, yeah, you know, you got her on some, I don't know, gangster shit. You got her, I don't know, doing robberies with you on y'all. It's I've seen it. I've been around, B. What happens is they start acting like you. So when they be like, oh, why are all the women over masculine now? First of all, there are women who have masculine qualities and tendencies. I don't know how y'all don't understand this shit. Again, y'all need to learn some astrology. If this is your first time looking at an astrology vid, I'm glad. Because there are women, you can see it in their chart. They have masculine qualities. I see it all the time, B. It just is what it is. It doesn't mean they're men. They're still women. But if you turn a soft woman who has way more feminine qualities than masculine, because you're forcing yourself on her, your lifestyle, your behavior, how you want her, how you want her to be, you end up thugging her out, so to speak. And then the worst happens. The fucking worst. And why do that? I know why men do that, but you don't want to do that, is what I'm telling you. And that's advice. That's real advice. I'm going to leave that right here. Until next time, get in the comment section if you say whatever you need to say. You know what I'm saying? Expand the conversation. Let's talk about this more. Because I think it's really getting out of hand. I don't think there's anything wrong with the dissecting of male and female that's happening in an accelerated pace right now, because I think there is needed some type of timeout to say, okay, you do know you're a man, you do know you're a woman, right? And the stuff that's happening in between, we even got to start figuring that out too. All right, because ignoring it is being ignorant. It's happening, y'all. But it's valid to have a sit down and a conversation about the separation. Bars, I'm nice. I'm still nice. But this whole, we got to be at war, and I got to trick you into being my bitch, and I got to trick you into doing this for me, and then I'm leaving you, I'm dumping you, I don't care. But like that shit, I don't know. That shit is different, B. And it's really revealing a lot of these men's psyche characteristics and bruised egos. What happens when a person gets hurt that does not know how to deal with their feelings? Feelings are valid, people. Oh, y'all like all the planets and the luminaries except the moon? Come on, man. Y'all allowed, if this is the case, y'all allowed someone or some entity to manipulate you so bad that you're ignoring what you feel? Until next time.